here I'm asked to graph this sine or cosine function. And to do that, I'm going to need a couple of pieces of information listed out. I usually like to start at the midline because the k value here tells me my midline. And then the amplitude, or the a value here, tells me that if I go up 2 units, that's my maximum. Or if I go down from my midline 2 units, that gives me the minimum. And so now I can kind of start creating this graph here to see what it's going to look like. Maybe I'll make this go down a little bit here. Because again, my lowest value is at 1, my highest value is at 5, and then my midline here is at 3. And so that just tells me that like my whole graph is going to bounce between those red lines. And all the key points are going to be the ones that hit the midline, minimum, or maximum. So the next thing here, I'm going to use the b value here to tell me what the period is, because if I do 2 pi divided by the b value, that tells me the period, or when I start to repeat this function. Last two pieces of information that I need to know before I start graphing is that this is a positive sine function, and the general shape of a positive sine function is that I start at the midline and then go up first, and then I come back down and to the midline again. And so the h value here, which really is telling me that I'm shifting 1 unit to the left, tells me where I can start. Now, again, I was told that the period, or I found that the period was 2 units. That means that 2 units is what's going to give me this general shape right here. So 2 units from -1 is 0, and then +1. So I know my whole function here is going to be, or my whole first period is going to be down and up like this. Not the most pretty of drawings here, but hopefully you get the general idea, where hits the maximum, hits the midline, hits the minimum. And again, a sine or cosine function goes on forever, so we could like continue this if we wanted to, but we're really only asked to graph one period here. And so now just to get, since the whole distance here is 2, because that was the period, then that means that halfway is going to be right on 0. And then halfway between each of these points is going to be 0.5, and then this one is -0.5. Because all of these points that hit the maximum, minimum, or midline are all equal distances apart. So since the whole period is 2, that means each distance between the points is going to be 0.5. And there is my graph of this positive sine function.